yeah,
sometimes they're loud
I
for
do
whatever reason.
have.
I
I
think-
normally watch like 3 things on Saturday evenings. So.
I think we're live.
Yep, there's an ad.
Though my animation is not working on my Stream Deck, that's something for a future Petty to work out. Hey, Sergeant. So here's hoping.
Seems to be working.
Here's hoping we make progress and don't have me screaming internally. So yeah, I made it to the inn in the Ice Mountain.
Wait a second, let me double check.
Double check what?
But you haven't put the stream back up, so...
No, it's up.
I was about to say.
That's not up for me.
Refresh. Sometimes it doesn't auto-refresh.
Refresh? What do you mean refresh?
Sounds like I'm a little bit quiet, but I can try and project.
Oh, I meant from the Discord.
Oh, it's... Oh, right, because I closed it.
Oh, derp. Yep.
Boo, 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 boo. And a man said, let there be co-op. I should probably bring Twitch chat
It's
up.
not a snow mountain. This is a hell mountain.
There's Vikemon here. It's a snow mountain.
Lykemon's here?
Yes, Vikemon is right here.
How old is Vikemon?
Old
Since
enough
the
to...
D3. Since the D3 V-Pets.
He was on the D3? I never...
Yeah.
I own one, I just never got that far on it.
Or at least one version of the D3.
I know.
He's friggin' Armadillomon's Mega.
And there's Mammothmon.
I think it might have even been earlier than that, but I forget if that's the one where you literally had to DNA the existing. Yes, the original thing. Okay, so the original thing was in the first appearance of in a game or VPET or whatever, was that you had to DNA evolve the 02 DNA Ultimates Perfects with original series Ultimates Perfects to get the Megas. So...
Weirdly convoluted.
So you get Pile Dramon plus Metal Greymon for Imperial Dramon, Dino Beamon plus Mega Kabuterimon for Grand Kuagamon, Sylphimon plus... I'm pretty sure it was Garudamon for Valkyremon, Shakomon plus Zudomon for Vikemon, and then also additionally Magna Angemon, which you could also get by DNAing Patamon and Armadillomon in the opposite order, with Wergarurumon for Seraphimon.
Well, and that also might be one of those things where
and Anguamon with likewise, that was likewise Gatomon and Aquilamon in the opposite order. Anguamon and Lilymon to get Holy Dramon, Magna Dramon.
I'm guessing that might be also one of those ones where in order to do it, you need to have a D2, which I did not.
It might be, I don't know. But anyway, the original way for them to get Megas was to combine with previous things, which, yes, it does also use Zudomon as a component.
Well, it kind of also goes into my thing where they still need the power of the crest to go into Ultimate / Mega.
Mostly Shakomon's Mega.
Yeah.
They've just been using it for Zudomon Solo because it looks more like Zudomon.
And I mean, totally fair, you know.
Uh-huh.
At least
Zudomon's original mega options were like
Plesiomon.
Marine Angemon and Plesiomon.
I mean, at least it's better than a poop slug turning into a fucking teddy bear.
Well, that is fairly thoroughly explained by the fact that the poop slug climbs inside the teddy bear.
It is to people who know the lore, but just an outside observer would be like,
this is
what
how you
the
get
fuck?
The whole cat turns into
The sexy angel
gun.
lady?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sexy angel lady or gun.
Yeah. Or my refrigerator turned into a forklift.
No!
The forklift is a lower level than the refrigerator.
Gun turns into lots of guns. Okay, wait, no, that tracks.
I mean, that's the Three Musketeers.
Yeah, that is.
I'm not kidding, by the way. Kenkimon is an armor, and is generally perceived as a lower level than Frozomon, which is a snowblower, but it's the closest thing we have to a refrigerator.
Currently. You want to fight me? No, not a card battle.
Well, it's kind of funny because the current current set being revealed in the card game is using the original VPET stuff, and it really does drive home that even in the card game this makes no sense.
Just
They
madness.
they all have special can evolve from a thing with the the DM trait, because
Yeah.
otherwise, the color usually doesn't match.
Oh, I mean, it's something they've been exploring for a while now. Like, Adventure was probably their...
Yeah,
beta
they've done it
version of the
before.
whole
It's just
thing.
it really emphasizes for this
Yeah,
mechanic
but that's none of
necessary.
this shit makes sense. Like, the whole raising mechanic was just like, just match this stat and you get this one from this guy.
Yeah, it's a little bit thematically different. The Empire, the adventure one was to assist you with making a thematically consistent deck with a lot of different lines in it that can actually evolve properly. Because otherwise, your adventure is going to be, you got 2 reds, 2 yellows, 2 greens, and 2 blues, basically.
So guess who has both the Garuru Cannon and Grey Sword? Those are going to be for Omnimon.
Can you equip both of them?
I believe Omnimon can.
That's good, because they're both weapons, and
Yes.
usually...
I believe Omnimon is the only one who can equip both of them. For
Okay, that might
reasons.
work. Uh-huh.
Technically, his arms.
But Omnimon, how do you type with both of your hands being enormous heads with weapons in them?
How do you not?
Also, this is what my face looks like. Oh, we're never doing that one again.
So,
I don't know if any of you have ever seen Brigadude, Marin, and Melan.
I have not. Alrighty.
I mean,
Digivolve.
Silent should basically put you in there.
Change Digivolve. Metal Mamemon becomes... where is it? Metal Garurumon. Oh, yes. Alright, should I keep Black War Gray, or should I switch it to something with a little more utility?
Utility in what way?
I can load techniques from other Digimon, but they have to be on the Digimon's evolution bracket.
Oh. I really hate having to use a DeviantArt thing, but the series is obscure as fuck, so...
For what?
So this is Melon Blue.
Oh, for whatever you're talking about.
You will note
Actually,
that he
what?
also has one of his hands is a gun and one of his hands is a sword. Nonetheless, he eats rice frequently. The way that he does that is you see those 4 little nodes under his pecs that are the armor color?
Mm-hmm.
little round things. Those come off, and each one is like a hand with little pincers on the underside of it. So you can use chopsticks with them. So sometimes I picture Omnimon doing that with the blue stripes on its chest coming off and being fingers.
Okay, change Digivolution type. Sakuyamon.
Is what I was trying to say.
Do I have a... Sure, we'll give it Gromon. Load techniques. You not... Weird.
This person's got the...
Okay, I don't
that's
want
the
Thunder
roll in.
Gemini. We'll do Thunder Fiend.
Yeah.
And then double power, double guard. You need to be changed for a healer. Kotemon. Kotemon technically can heal. We can do Kotemon, Vmon, or Patamon as our healer.
We should probably have one of the actual protagonists in here.
I mean, we have Agumon and Renamon.
Right, they're not actual... I mean, original to this game protagonists.
So Patamon? Or
It would have
Kotemon?
been Kotemon, I think. You don't have to.
You don't have to, but I'll just be very disappointed in you if you don't.
No, you're the one who's been playing and knows more about the actual balance in this game. I would personally probably like to want to end up with a team of Kotemon, Bearmon, and Monmon. But
Well, I want to bring Omnimon.
That is with I know, and that is without me having actually like fucking combed through the evolution trees to find out.
Let's fuck around with Patamon for a while, because I do think I also need to level up Slash Ninjamon.
No, that's fair too.
Digivolve. Oh, Seraphimon's in this one, that's right.
It should be. It's older than Slash Angemon.
Alright, yeah, and then I have heals and the Gate of Destiny insta-kill if I need it.
I occasionally do something with those names that is definitely one of those, like, you can't do that anymore, guys. Or, like, Angemon's attack is just Heaven's Gate, and it's like, nope, we have a thing. It's like, come on, guys, we can get away with
They're
that.
the ones who ruined it for everyone.
Well, it's like the equivalent of just, like, putting something over in Japan, and you went, like, sarin gas attack, and it was like, and it's like, yeah, how does that fucking feel now, guys?
I mean, I was gonna say Nanking, but yeah, that's...
Well, they deny that shit all the time.
Oh,
so.
yeah. Renamon.
Also,
See?
slightly harder to make into an attack that you can show on camera.
Yeah.
Ray. Change Digivolve to Sakuyamon. Sure. Define Robe. Alright, that should do. hate my job. It sucks, bro. Mood. No. Yes. Alright, so... Where exactly do they want me to go? Sorry. No, that's... Oh, okay. Hi, Agumon. Oh, there's Bro. What's up? Hi, Boltmon.
You say Boltmon or Bulk?
Bolt,
Bolt.
like the Frankenstein.
Like the Frankenstein.
I forgot I had Counter Crest on. That's hilarious. I figured out why my multi-attack thing wasn't working because I had a weapon with a special effect. It makes it so you can't multi-hit. Also, hi, Puppetmon.
Alright, you tell Ogre I got him more chases. Fucking shit. I could have gotten a tie out of it.
Puppetmon, Skullmammothmon, and Boltmon. Interesting.
Yeah.
Mostly Nightmare Soldiers, but then Puppetmon, who admittedly you could.
If someone told me he was also
he wouldn't stand out.
Isn't he also in Nightmare Soldiers? Like he's one of the multi-fields?
I think everyone's a multi-field at this point.
Not usually.
Oh, I thought
I
they
know
did
he's
me
the
a
Wind
solid
Guardian.
and just sent me to Amaterasu City.
Like I can tell.
I don't think he has ever been a Nightmare Soldiers, but he could have been.
Yeah, I can tell you right now, he's a Wind Guardian.
Also, technically, Puppetmon and Boltmon
I'm dead, aren't I?
both sometimes go in the Machine Club,
Alrighty.
though not usually to the point of being considered Metal Empire.
Defeat. Let's get back to Central Park then.
Oh, our healers are all dead. That explains a lot.
They weren't needed anyway.
Mm.
Especially if your paladin knows what they're doing.
I was going to say, healer, you've got LB3, you can do it.
But my damage! I should have probably saved. I'm going to go save before I do something very...
into the tank buster. Turns out that doesn't work.
Guys, I almost did a very stupid decision. Okay. Averted.
I was going to say, how stupid was it?
Ran off without healing.
That is always a kind of stupid
Into the
decision.
frozen wilderness.
I mean, nature has a way of curing that stupidness.
Yeah. Natural selection would have taken place.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. We are saved. We are healed. We have a healer.
Oh no, I messed that up.
Hi, Vikemon. Hey, Vikemon, what do you feel about fire?
I'm pretty okay with it. You know, up in the frozen north, we need fire.
I mean, he is very furry, though. Okay.
Bump.
Which of these gets me back to...
Loot. Well, somebody's right there to open that up. Actually, I can't get any of this camp. Oh, wait. Did I not get anything last? I'm confused. What is today?
Today is Saturday.
No, today is football.
Today was horses. Apparently.
No, I just did M8 normal. I did it earlier this week, and I thought I got an item from here. And I guess I didn't, because I could glot on the items, and I'm like, what?
Okay. Flame breath. Let's techniques. Seraphimon. Heal. Good, whatever the hell Patamon is. A sweet potato?
I don't think they knew what they were doing with some of these designs. They were just making them up as they went.
Personally, I tend to lean kind of towards guinea pig.
Kind of does feel like that, yeah.
I mean, with bat ears.
So a guinea pig.
Or bat wings for ears, which is very different than bat ears.
Is this the hole I need to use? I think it is. Bro's a rock! Keep biting it!
Yeah, you're metal. You should be harder.
Oh no, he's got a drill. He too knows the ways of the metal. Just keep biting the rock creature. Nope, not. Nope. Am I dumb? Don't answer that. Alright. No. Maybe I am dumb. Also, it doesn't help that these are very confusing maps. Here's something I'm not trapped in here for 3 hours.
Be trapped here for 3 hours. By the time it's like 12 midnight, we're going to be talking out of here. 12 midnight my time, so like 11 for you.
Yeah. You wake up and you find me just curled up on the ground, crying in the fetal position. Petty, you good? No!
I'll be off at my locals. I gotta figure out what deck I want to run this week, because I actually got decks
Shine
to run.
Greymon.
But if I had the pieces, I would. I have pieces, I just don't have all the pieces I want.
If I was closer, you'd be like, hey, can I borrow Ruin Mode? Whips out the two of them.
I think that is a major problem. Is I don't have ruin modes to run it.
You can run it without it.
You can.
It's
I
not.
honestly kind of prefer it without it, but it's also like just a tech thing.
It honestly really depends what you're expecting to face. Because
honestly, I think it's better with the burst mode top ends, isn't it?
It really depends what you're playing against.
Not a lot of people bring like Royal Knights. If it's like bigger, maybe a person brings Royal Knights. There is a guy who likes to show up a lot, and he runs Leviamon.
Yeah, Leviamon's the only deck I had nothing against in it during the regionals.
I think Leviamon is I was going to say yesterday, I think Leviamon is one of those like eternal kind of decks right now where it just slumbers for a bit and then it comes back and goes like, is that a tamer on the field? Especially with the way things are laying in a little heavy on tamers right now. Though with that villain set coming out in a couple months, it's definitely going to be one of those. I think there's going to be a lot more kid shooting from this deck.
Oh yeah, no, Black Warrior Grey is coming back, and he likes to eat children.
I think I'm less concerned about Black War Greymon and whatever the Cross Wars bad guy was. Because I don't think he's very child-friendly.
Dark Nightmon mostly specifically uses Nene as a resource, but they don't always tag it specifically for Nene.
Well, and also he in 2020 he did kind of kidnap Kari.
Yeah.
Wait, is the bad guy from? I thought the bad guy from Cross Wars was that one guy who starts with the
Bagra?
B, the Bagra, yeah, Bagramon.
Bagramon is also a bad guy from Cross Wars.
Yes.
That's what I was going
Dark
for.
Nightmon is his brother and was working for him, but lied about this for most of the series.
Oh no.
Or at least most of the first half. Anyway. There was a period there where they were pretending that there were 3 separate armies, Crossheart, Blue Flare, and Twilight, that were all kind of trying to capture territory before the Bagra Empire, except for the fact that it was honestly from pretty early on fairly clear that at least about not Nene and all of the not Nene and Sparrowmon parts of Twilight was pretty much just Bagra army people in disguise, and like not much disguise.
Like the robots in disguise?
No, like the digital monsters in disguise.
Because the rest of Twilight, I mean, it was really mostly just Nene, Sparrowmon, and Dark Nightmon, who is 2 guys. But I think they had some Troopmon and Chikorymon too, and those.
They had some Monodymons too.
Oh right. Well, the Monodymons are also really work for Nene. So. But Dark Nightmon was the one in charge of the show and was mostly working for Bagramon.
If a Pokemon comes out funny again, I may run that just because I have those puppet mons.
Do it.
Like, yeah.
Hell, run Sukamon.
I have to wonder how hard that,
How they're gonna backtrack on it now because of the last time they did them.
They did what?
The Pokemon.
Oh.
When they, like, brought him out and he was, like, way too powerful and they were like, ooh, down to 1 immediately.
He's supposed to, like, the reason he's supposed to be hard to use is because you're supposed to have to, like, get multiple megas out on the field and then merge them into him, or else get them in the trash, which is much easier, and then merge them into him.
Yeah, unfortunately, they forgot how easy it was to get stuff like Machine Dramon out.
Yeah.
So it was either limit that card to 1, or limit every Dark Master to 1. Just so they could be at 4.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, Pokemon being at 1 is actually kind of funny.
Yeah,
and lore appropriately, honestly.
but pizza time.
I would love it if, like, the new Pokemon also had a thing that if it was deleted, it becomes the cat from Try, and you just have to run that line too.
That wouldn't be the first thing.
I'm free.
I think there actually is in the card game a Methismon that is when you can play it for free when a Pokemon dies. Because that's how it went in the first Tamers movie. The Methismon that evolved into Gulfmon in that movie was a remnant of a Pokemon from another universe. That was fighting Omegamon.
How the fuck did I get here?
Thanks, Rio. Stop bringing shit from different universes.
I hate these circuit board maps so much.
And yet the games always have them because that's what digital world dungeons look like, I guess.
Well, specifically these, like, underground areas. I was going south, and they sent me east.
Again, you really need a
mini-map?
Yeah.
I
Like,
was gonna say an atlas or like a not a mini map, but a mega map.
Just a map
Bandai,
feature in general.
for the love of all that you hold dear, if this game gets remade, give us a fucking map.
And unfortunately, this game was made in an era where there was a lot less ways of making guides with good maps in them.
Well, like, part of the problem is it's one of those things where this is probably one of the last of, like, the old school type of, I hate being down here, like the old school type of RPG where they kind of hand you a piece of grid paper and be like, have at it, son. Because then we started to get into the area where you had the technology of you can just have the game generate what your map looks like.
I mean, when this game came out,
Even the
PS2 was already a thing.
friggin' story games, the DS story games were still a little bit circuitous. But they were more zoomed out, I feel like.
We do need to think about what we're doing after this. Because we have, like, 3 options.
I mean, I guess what feels more appropriate? I know Cyber Sleuth has the upcoming upcoming box set coming out, but there's also the fact that Time Strangers is coming out, and it seems to be kind of a hint.
Well, Time Strangers...
I know it's its own separate thing, obviously.
Well, no, it seems to be taking place the same city where Cyber Sleuth happened.
Don't they even bring up, what's that electronic district called?
Akihabara?
One where
Akihabara.
Akihabara, yeah. That's where you spend the majority of your human world time in.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's
like you can visit there. Yeah, I know, it's like the nerd culture place. Yeah,
let's say.
Fucking nerds. Me.
Also, the fact there's like a time travel component to the whole thing, because you just get like blown back to the past. Like, it's gonna be weird, and it's gonna be connected in the universe, but it's also like,
which one's time now fix shit is an interesting story setup when it's done well.
And we're also not sure if this takes place in the Cyber Sleuth, like, universe, or if it's one of those things where you're just same place, different dimension.
Yeah.
Because, I guess, mild spoilers for the end of Cyber Sleuth, but the connection to the digital world ends up getting broken at the end of the game.
Oh no, not in Digimon. Are you telling me that there's a Digimon series that ends with the human world and digital world separated forevers?
Well, that's why I said minor spoilers, because let's be fair.
Might not be
Yeah,
forever.
they keep.
Who knows?
Well, they
Well,
keep doing that, and it's like never forever.
And
It's
that-
like we have to. Like even the first series was like we have to send you back, or else you'll be trapped forever. Oh, 3 years
The
later.
only way we can tell for sure if this game takes place in the same universe is if Mireille shows up. No, wait.
no,
I was gonna say the only way you're gonna tell if this takes place in the same universe as Cyber Sleuth is you need to find out if anybody in that area has weird coffee orders.
I was going to say if the name Jimmy Ken means anything, and then you start running accordingly depending on your
He might
feelings
just get
on that.
forgotten, though.
It's
mean-
hilarious that he has a card coming up.
Yeah, I was wondering why they were doing the Devimon and was it Death Marimon or Blue Marimon?
Oh, no,
It
Blue
was Marimon,
Marimon.
Blue
Cyber Sleuth
Marimon.
tags. But no, it's because of him.
Yeah,
Blue
there's
Marimon
the-
has come.
There was a it was they showed a Marimon and a Blue Marimon at the same time
Mm.
with the CS tags on it.
But yeah, I
And
think
also,
it's
there was also a Devimon, and I don't remember what that was with. Anyway, it's because of Jimmy Ken, because those are the ones that he mostly used, because he was relevant when that was the appropriate threat level.
being null.
Huh?
To say he was relevant.
Yeah. The whole fact,
Irrelevant.
yeah, he was barely relevant. I mean, barely.
He never really had mega level Digimon as a significant threat. He might have showed up with them later, but no one cared.
And also, like, I vaguely remember last time I seen him, I walked him like a fucking dog.
Right.
Oh, hi, Bearmon. You're Bearmon. Why you keep calling yourself Kumamon? Bro, get your name right.
Because we can't use the word bear. That's a boring English word.
Because we're like in that era where like, dude, do you remember like the early Yu-Gi-Oh cards?
Pettyfan, there's
Tatsumi-
no chance that within the next year and a half they were gonna make another bear-like Digimon and also localize that as Kumamon.
I think it would be even more hilarious is if like Kumamon actually showed up in here, kind of like that the other spirits.
Yeah, we're a day early we're just barely early for any of the hybrids.
I mean, I'm waiting for the fact that well, actually, Gunamon's in here, so
Oh, it is okay.
yeah, we did a blast.
Agunimon, Kendall Lobomon, and there is a secret jawgrass between Omnimon and Diaboromon, which is Ancient Greymon for some reason.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, in that case, it's just the Takuya and Koji show syndrome.
The one thing I'm waiting for like weird translations that we have to backtrack now is when Japan actually just comes up with a Digimon that they call Galliantmon, and everyone over here goes, "Oh fuck!"
They might
We
be
have to
aware
call him
enough to avoid-
Dukemon over here now.
They might be aware enough to avoid that. But
Sometimes
that's
they.
that's actually one of the dub names that I have no actual issues with.
Mhm.
I only use Dukemon most of the time for consistency reasons.
Patamon needs to punch harder. Because for some ungodly reason, Patamon was set up to be a maid, but fucking Seraphimon's special technique is physical.
Actually, so should Angemon's be, so... And Magna Angemon actually mostly fights with a sword, aside from the here's an insta-kill hole to suck you into attack. And those traditionally don't usually have a whole lot to do with
Well, it
stats.
still does actual damage, even if the insta-kill fails, unlike some games.
Okay.
2 more levels, and I will have Omnimon. So probably by the time I get close to town.
How do you get Diabolomon in this?
Hack the Pentagon.
I believe it's easier to do with Vmon because they can get like Myotismon and stuff like that.
Oh.
Get countered, bitch.
It's
the
just not a
origin of-
super obvious protagonist evolution, so I was curious.
What was the origin of Diaboromon in the movie again?
It's literally just a computer virus that evolved to be close enough to a Digimon.
Okay.
In the movie, they said Willis had something to do with it. In the
But yeah,
US
the movie
version,
does a
but
lot
that
of stuff.
was- but that was just part of the trying to clutch the things together.
Yeah,
It was just a fucking random incident.
Well, it's not that he had anything to do with it. It's that he discovered it was like, oh shit, hey Izzy, we got a problem.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that is why Diablomon's entire line is unknown type, unknown attribute. Because it's like, it's not a virus type Digimon. It is a virus that, like, just barely is a Digimon.
Alright, come on, just give me the level and I'll play with Sukuyama for a while. Digivolution learned, Omnimon. And now, for Ogre's viewing pleasure, swap. Oh look, it's a lady. I forgot Sukuyamon shit without spells.
You look at that and don't think, yeah, this is a physical attacker.
It's more I
Hey,
forgot.
She has a stick. She can hit people with it.
It's more I
Well,
forgot that
yeah,
she doesn't
that
really
is
get much in the
possible.
way of spells. Without. Oh, she has Electro. Okay, that's fine. Without leveling up. Techniques. Small heal. And then. No, not. And they're put. Great. Electro Bolt. Okay, yeah, no, that's a problem. That's a problem. We're gonna tag to Serafimon. Okay, then. Hey! We're Greymon. Well, that was an adventure. I nearly almost died. It's fine. We're just going to play it safe. Hey, Battle Garurumon. One of us hits harder than the other one, dumbass. Alright, and then... hindsight, I should probably just fucking put the counter crest on Skuyamon instead of being a dumbass. Let's not be stupid. First we're healing. And then status.
I think
Equipment.
the one thing I find the funniest about people doing a lot of the Nintendo Switch 2 stuff right now is that so many people have been broadcasting themselves setting it up, and then Nintendo's all of a sudden, like, during the setup process, is like, here's your sensitive information you don't want anyone to see, and everyone's like, oh. Everybody has to, like, hurry to, like, take it off the screen and everything.
Okay, and then
I just want to play Mario Kart. Why are you putting my social security number up there?
you mean you don't already have it up there?
God, I would hope not.
Thought it was 8675309. Nope.
Like what those old LifeLock commercials, the guy who keeps putting his social security up there and goes like, I got LifeLock, and everybody keeps hacking him.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hi, ElementalOgre. That helps considerably.
Indubitably.
I do like how ElementalOgre's fucking basic attack is just jumps up, does a giant backhand, and then just hops back. Come on. If you'd kindly die and quit bugging me. Alright. I'm gonna hit save state because this should work, but there is also a chance it bugs and the Nightmons decide to kill me. Oh, hi, Megabotaramon.
Bugs? Like there's just a known bug in the game, or is
Sometimes
it the emulator thing?
I think a lot of it's possibly the emulator. Like, it doesn't send the right flag that I have all the items. Because if you don't have these items, you go into a unbeatable boss fight.
Neat.
Okay, we're going into... Okay, yep, there we go. They've been routed by the resistance. I'll believe it when I fucking see it. Definitely will win. I hope Destromon hasn't started attacking yet. Goes to the FMV. Okay, that looks badass as fuck. Can I get a card of that?
On the field.
No shit. I diddy cross Destromon. Oh no.
That's what happens when you make a Digimon out of a legitimate, friggin' sci-fi battleship.
Yeah.
Just take a sci-fi battleship and stick a dragon up in the middle of it.
Also, I'm pretty sure a few thousand
Dragon
people
mutant
just died
thing.
there.
Now they were all on break.
Yeah, I could see their parachutes.
No, it was more just the random bullets just shot into the city.
Possibly, yeah.
I'm pretty sure a few thousand people just died there.
The entire oil refinery district was on break.
Yeah. Turns out they didn't pump the Rhydonium into that set yet, so you're good. That's how he lost Kane and Jarrus.
Oh, hi, Nick.
Is it Dr. Nick, or...?
Just Nick. The AOA inside the city surrendered quickly. My brother in Christ. If you think it's gonna be this easy.
A giant Digimon just showed up, blew up our entire city, but a 12-year-old with like 3 Digimon are gonna go beat him up now.
Yeah.
Did you just hear what you said? I know what I said, it's just how this stuff works. Because apparently us adults are just too... Oh, what was the stupid fucking reason?
Incompetent? I like incompetent.
No. We don't have the potential for various Digivolutions because we go onto one path. Kind of thing. That stupid reasoning they gave for like why the Digidestined couldn't be Digidestined anymore.
Oh, they
were
didn't have
up.
potential or whatever.
Yeah, they were losing their potential and it was becoming more refined.
My understanding is that this was badly translated on top of being a little bit dumb even in Japanese.
I think the idea is that it was badly translated and there's some cultural stuff we are vastly missing, but also it's definitely one of those like, really? Did you really want to go with the whole like grow up and stop spending money on our franchise to all the fans who are spending money on your franchise?
I feel like that's not actually the... Again, they did the message badly, but the actual message was supposed to be that you can maintain that more if you try.
Well, and also, like, honestly, it would have been better if it was just analog of, hey, yeah, the batteries in your Digivice are dying, bro. You don't get to keep your Digimon when the batteries die.
We'll also note that the O2 people had no problem keeping their partners without Digivices because they actually...
The other thing is that the O2 ending is still canon to all this stuff, so they get them back eventually, so it's like...
Yep.
And some reason they get their Digivices back?
No, they don't.
I don't think there's Digivices in the
There are no
O2
Digivices
ending.
in the epilogue.
In the epilogue, but like TK and not TK, Matt and Ty literally pull their Digivices out.
In what?
Beyond.
Oh, that new animation thing?
Yeah.
I don't think that new animation thing's like canon to anything.
The ones that broke weren't the only ones.
Also, I'm going to point out that Cody used his
Digivices that broke, wasn't it? Or was it the holy Digivices?
No, it was their D2s literally cracked apart at the end of last Evo.
Well,
I mean, I'm also going to point out here...
They asked homeostasis to make more of them.
Anyway, I'm going to point out...
Also, the music video might not be the most plot-intensively developed thing.
It's not really canon. Also, in that video, Cody still has his Digivice, so...
Yeah, he literally used it to jump. Yeah.
I think it also takes place over a longer period of time.
Oh, fuck.
I mean, at that point, like, what? Ty knows French? Because Matt's grandfather told him to do something, and his grandfather might be dead?
Huh?
Yeah, in the video. Like, they imply that his grandfather's passed.
Because
it wasn't Ty.
Well, no, Ty knows French.
Well, no, Matt
learned
learned
where they
French.
went to France and fucking TK met his dad?
Ty met
his grandfather.
Yeah, Ty met him there. It was Ty and somebody else who went. But I think Matt was, like, genuinely surprised that Ty had learned French.
Yeah.
Because Ty was also surprised that Matt had an international driver's license.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, Ty mentions Matt's grandfather, and it's kind of implied that his grandfather is passed in the whole thing.
It's been a while since I watched that, so...
Yeah.
But from what I remember, there was some discussion about some people assuming that it all took place with all of the events and it took place in a short period of time when that doesn't make sense. it makes more sense if it's spread out over a quite long period of time.
It's also a celebration video. It doesn't have to be canon to anything.
Alrighty.
You can work off of old stuff and just be like, hey, this is just something we're doing because,
Omnimon.
I mean, there's literally a part in the video where all the kids with their armor forms show up, and it's like they had it in one section in one area of the digital world, and it's like
they still have their armors. They just became less useful.
Yeah, they don't need them.
No, I don't mean like they showed all the armors. I mean they have like a field of armors. They're
multiples on screen at once.
Yeah.
Yeah. When that was only possible in Butterfly Land.
Yeah.
But it's like, it theoretically, I believe they're like, if they wanted to, they could pass the armors between each other.
Yeah, that's how you could do all the other different armors.
They just
ultimately they could have been other people that had those as partners that were just not featured widely on screen.
All right. We won't let anyone past here. Yeah, bro. Bro, welcome to Omnimon.
I mean, there's also in the video the girl from Try and Louie might have shown up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like somebody pointed out that like the outfit of one person was wearing matches what Louie wears.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think somebody else was thinking it was some other character.
Oh, right. I need to give Omnimon status equipment.
Do they end up on good terms with Louie at the end of that movie?
I believe so. Oh, I can't give Omnimon the Guru cannon. Weird.
I mean, he does still only have one weapon equipped slot. Probably, right?
Hmm.
Or no, it does have 2 slots there, I guess.
Yeah. I guess it's just because Agumon can't have
you have to do the cannon first,
or? No, Agumon can't. I can't give Agumon the cannon at all. He can only take claws or two-handeds.
But he was literally Metal Garurumon 5 seconds ago.
I'm aware. But yeah, there's the Guru cannon right here. Weird.
Weird.
I need to give equipment, give him back the multi-hit and the counter press.
Oh, yeah, let's wait for the reputation stuff now. Oh well.
Multi-hit. Counter crest. And now let's go watch Omnimons. Just nearly killed him with a backhand. That's hilarious. Oh, hi, Piedmon. Welcome to the fucking dojo.
And that arc would have ended differently if Omnimon showed up.
Also, hi, Creepymon.
You know,
I really hate that they call it that they keep going back and forth between Creepymon and
I was literally going to bring that up, that it's out of all the things they do in the card game, that they try a little more to stick with, like, the Japanese stuff on certain ones they don't care to do anymore. That Creepymon is the one they keep going back to, despite the fact that Daemon has been used specifically in the Adventure dub as well.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Creepymon is a Japanese-English name. Like, on the Japanese side, they decided to use that as its English name. For
Okay, that's a cool coloring for Gardramon.
Yes, this is
That is
the
very
one
nice.
that I made up a police officer Gardramon because you know how Gardramon's story is all about it being corrupted by it being a defensive program that got stolen and corrupted by
Well, and there
hackers.
is a Gardramon in the Digipolice in Seekers.
Yeah. But anyway, that's the one that's closest to the police hat Gardramon.
I guess the only thing I could say for Creepymon's problem is, like, trademark stuff, because you can't really trademark demon.
The weird thing
As
is, I
much
think
as
they
you
use
try.
both Creepymon and Daemon in Digimon World DS.
Yeah, they probably did.
The Creepymon for the cloaked version that you can actually get, and Daemon for the 3 spaces wide version that is a super boss in Endgame.
Oh, that's not good. They have boxes that are empty. If something
wait, now it's
pops
a
out,
monster in the box.
I was about to say, if we get a monster in a box, you might hear me scream.
Beelzebub?
I was just about to
Not
say,
even Beelzemon, just Beelzebub.
no, I was just about to Shinryu, what the fuck are you doing here?
Well, Shinryu wasn't even the first monster in the box.
No, it gets better. What's his face?
I was gonna say, if you're gonna say Xeno, say EA Galvez, we're gonna have problems here.
Yeah, Xeno Slimes just started playing. Like, the fuck?
At the end of everything, I find you, my friend. Close it, close it, close it.
We're in the wrong game. We're in the wrong game.
Could be worse. Maybe the magic card uses Burning Chain on you. Did you see that one?
This? I did not.
His magic card in Magic kind of implies it should be used as a commander, but like if you change him over to Shinryu, which doesn't seem to be that hard to do, he has the ability called Burning Chain, where you choose a player, and if that player loses the game, you win the game.
Isn't he? He's a 14 character, isn't he? The one.
Yes, he's a 14 character.
He was supposed to be kind of our rival, like the dark side to our Echo, and
He didn't really work out in Stormblood, but he came back a lot more in like other stuff, and he's been more of a thorn in the side of everyone than anything.
My understanding is that they largely nailed thematic stuff in the Final Fantasy thing with a couple of actually kind of obvious, okay, but whys, but like 80% of it is really solid.
I was not paying attention and Omnimon died. Well, shit.
Yeah, that'll happen when you're not paying attention.
I know there's something with Aerith that if she dies on the field, you get something for it, and it's like, yeah, that's funny.
I really like the way they handled summons, too.
Oh yeah, the sagas?
Yeah, saga creatures, yes.
Yeah, where they come in for a couple turns and then they just disappear after their third one, just like a summon.
You summon it and you get an effect. The next turn, you get an effect and it's a creature that can attack. And then there might be a couple more turns of that, and then you get a really big effect, and then it goes away.
Yeah. Bob, that's a nasty.
And a lot of the summoner characters have ways of manipulating the number of.
Oh yeah,
I
think
so you can either make them stay around longer or get to their big thing faster.
Garnet does. It just keeps them around.
Yeah,
she keeps bringing back their counter.
So you can get to a stage that you like, and then replace that, and then repeat multiple turns.
Yeah. Which is quite nice for her whole thing. Don't know what Yuna does, but Yuna's got several cards. And she keeps dancing. Everyone's summoning, and she just keeps dancing. Oh, right. They don't have that.
No one will stop Destromon, motherfucker. I'm ready to fight God, let's go! I do like there are no random encounters here.
So, why not? Well, he killed them all. Oh.
Everyone is fucking dead!
A monster digital? A Mondigi.
It opened by itself. Oh. You defeated our chiefs.
So where in this game are
Oh.
the friggin' Gate Guardian guys?
I believe they are the, like, end game final boss. We're not doing a post game.
Not Galacticmon?
I do not believe so. Oh god, hi Nightmon.
That's the thing I wasn't clear about, is because them and Galacticmon are both, like, a
if
pretty
I-
big deal.
If I recall, I believe the game main scenario ends after you beat Galacticmon.
I was gonna say, we're not seeing Galacticmon at the end here. This feels kind of a cheat.
Yeah.
So the Jinmons are just post game.
Yes, we're not doing those because those involve me basically doing the entire game again on the hard mode server.
All right,
Also,
you have to
hi,
do that
Mr.
in New
President.
Game Plus.
Well, we kind of terminate Destromon right now. Why don't you, my bro? You use Digimon for evil. Do you know how many people we've fucking murdered on the way here, bro?
It's always so funny how, like, the anime... I know this goes back and forth in so many things. The anime has, like, the Digimon are, like, they're partners, they're just as smart as you and everything, sometimes even smarter, and the games are all just like, yeah, they're just blunt objects you throw at everyone, they have no personalities, just go get your favorite and go start throwing it at people.
That's an interesting recolor from Metal Seedramon. I do like the black. I kind of hope they do more with something like that. Because honestly, I'm not a big fan of regular Metal Seedramon's design. Also, hi Venom Myotismon. Oh fuck! I just one-shot him with the counter. Hilarious. Oh, there's Raidenmon.
Okay, so Raidenmon shows up without any fanfare regarding the three things that it's associated with.
Raiden's Thunder. Fuck.
That is what that means, yes.
You fuck.
Somebody's on the back.
It's kind of a odd color for Seraphimon, actually.
It's just the saturation. It's his usual, like, Keller way. Like, it's not weird.
Oh,
like,
it's because of the background arena. Yeah, okay.
Revives fallen allies. Agumon. Omnimon.
39. Let's get a couple of these.
Flame Lance. Oh, Flame Breath.
Okay, you do have one guy who can actually not die immediately.
Yes. And I won.
I mean, who knew guy who has two megas slapped together loses to guy who has cannons that shoot two missiles at him?
I'm putting you under arrest. Bro, we're in a video game.
I'm putting you under arrest, logs out. Bah!
You can stop it with that machine. Bro. I'm gonna heal. Come on, please be... Oh. Oh.
No, you have to stay in the abandoned oil refinery district.
Ragnarok. Wait, no, hold on.
Or else fire your cannon at the city and, like, fucking miss. Or someone can blow it up.
Do I need... Anytime somebody destroys my Destromon, do I have to immediately play this on my phone?
I mean, no one's gonna stop you.
I
Aside from maybe delay of games reason.
My joke with like Royal Base actually pops off at some point as I play the M2 theme song the whole time.
Yeah, we did it. Destromon stopped and broke down. We won.
Do you not even get to fucking fight it?
We'll get to that.
Okay.
I mean, also, Destromon's currently in like the real world and you're stuck in the digital.
Guys, we're going back to the real world. Totally. There's nothing else to do, right? They're still not back to normal.
Oh, I can't. I haven't seen transition here. Baby?
Oh, good.
Honestly,
Junior
all the-
actually learned etiquette.
With all the stuff they have. I'm surprised they haven't brought these guys in. It's just something funny.
The Oinkmons.
Yeah.
They
Not
would
even
make
like-
a funny token.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just like as a token, doesn't even need to be like anything else. Oh, that would be fucked. Just have a Digimon that turns your opponent's tamers into tokens.
Yeah.
Into a 1000 DP white Oinkmon
Yeah.
Digimon token.
Yeah. It's like it deletes the tamer and then gives them an Oinkmon token that just doesn't do anything.
I mean, it doesn't really delete the tamer per se, but I could see it, like, quote-unquote, digivolving it into a tamer that can't digivolve on top of it, nor can it be de-digivolved.
Yeah, I mean, it would have to do something like that, but, I mean, like, for game
Unfortunately, I don't think
mechanics-wise.
you can evolve a token onto something, but yeah.
Technically you can evolve something into a token, I believe.
I'm pretty sure you can't put anything under a token either.
I don't think tokens really work like that. They're considered Digimon for, like, game purposes? For, like, specific
Because
things?
there was something else that I was thinking about with... No, it was for... It comes up in the Diablomon deck. You can't put Clock of the End under a token.
Well, yeah, you can't
you
put
mentioned that
stuff,
last time.
like, new stuff underneath it, but... Alright.
I guess specific beats general would say if it says to evolve it into the token, then you evolve it into the token.
Yeah, I mean, again, they can just keep coming up with their rules. But it's also at some point they're going to have to make the rules actually make some sense because evolving a token over a tamer is just kind of weird.
Yeah.
When they could just have game mechanics delete the tamer and replace it with a token.
Okay, go talk to Lisa over by the bridge. Yeah, I kind of spaced out. Wasn't really reading that.
Because, I mean, Medusamon already produces a token on your opponent's side of the field, so you can just literally do that stuff.
And that's when it petrifies something, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, you get a useless stone token.
There is, hilariously, I think somebody's pointed out that if you can get a card on the field that says your Digimon can attack unsuspended, you could technically attack with that token. Because you don't have to suspend it to attack. Because it can't suspend at all, but if it gets the chance to just attack without suspending, you can't do that. It's convoluted and makes no fucking sense, but it's also, like, hilarious if you can do it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and then when the petrification tokens die, they lose their security.
You trash the security. It has that effect that if it's deleted, you trash your top security since it's your side of the field.
Where's the
right
Longmont or Long City?
which I think caught a lot of people off guard when we were doing our pre-release for that, and I had to explain it to them, and I felt weird because I'm like, I've seen most of these people, and they're a lot
I
more
need to heal.
smarter than this.
I almost did the stupid thing again.
Wait a minute, what are you...
I really want some consistent answer on what is up with Medusamon's mini dress / skirt under the big flowing thing. Because in her official art, it looks like it's not even and is like higher on one side, and that's weird.
Wait for more art?
Yeah, right now we only have the card arts, and those are the alt arts of that are all highly
Well,
stylized.
there's also in the manga.
That's true. Yeah, she hasn't showed up much in the manga.
Oh, literally the once. Oh, hi, Terrymon. You did not last long, Terrymon.
Oh, my Marlon Brando accent.
Oh yeah, that did happen, didn't it? Puppetmon killing Terrymon.
Yeah. Like, when he dies, he quotes that Marlon Brando from, what's that fucking movie?
You shouldn't
The
fuck
one where
with
he's Colonel Kurtz.
Well, they did him doing Marlon Brando imitation in the dub the whole time, didn't they?
Yeah, that's the joke, is that he was voicing like Marlon Brando. Oh, fuck, I almost had that stupid movie in my head.
I should probably switch Digimon since Omnimon's so strong and get other Digimon leveled up.
Apocalypse Now.
Oh.
Yeah, when he dies, he goes, "The horror." Because it's like when who's the main character in that one? Or who played the main character? Was that Robert Duvall? No, it was Martin Sheen. Yeah, it was Martin Sheen when he like confronts him at the end. He's talking about the horrors of everything, and one of his lines is the horror.
The true horror was man.
I mean, that kind of was his point in the movie.
Oh, I'm sad. They had a new port of Castlevania Symphony of Darkness. Or not Symphony of the Night.
Mm-hmm.
They removed the "What is a man" line.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no,
they retranslate. I think they put it back in some versions of. I don't know exactly. But I know that they did a improved localization that.
Yeah.
That localized the speech more faithfully, but got rid of all the mimetic lines, which kind of came up with when someone was discussing the Final Fantasy Tactics re-release, having the War of the Lions translation and then a new translation. And some people were saying, but what about the original translation? And I said, unfortunately, I think fixing all of the actual significant factual errors in the original script beats a few really, really good one-liners.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, there's a specific reason why no matter what translation they do, Garland will always attempt to knock you down, and Tella will always call Oh my god, what's his name?
Edward
Edward, thank you.
Gilbert.
I was thinking Chris for whatever reason. I was like, I don't think his name's Chris.
That's his
Yeah,
middle name.
he'll always call it Edward Spoony Bard because it's like, yeah, they could translate it more properly, but at the same time, they know where their audience lies, so...
And like 80% of Kefka's and Ultros' lines are unscathed. Probably more than 80%.
Yeah, most of them are.
They did one where they tried to do it without it, like, but like they changed Son of a Submariner to Son of a Sandworm, but that's close enough.
It makes a little more sense considering, like, a Submariner, like, doesn't really pop up at all. Like, there have been subs in the universes before, but it's like, I don't think there's one in 6 at all. The only underwater stuff you have is, like, when Cyan, Savon, and Gal shove all 3 of their heads in his, like...
Yeah, no, Castle Figaro going under, which is when that scene happens.
Yeah.
Is very much submarine diving coded. But
Well,
Sandworm
it actually
is more appropriate.
But it's like it's more sandworm appropriate because it's just like them digging through like a sandworm. Is a sandworm even an enemy in that game? I don't recall one at all.
Depends on what you think the Zone Eater looks like.
I mean, yeah, I think a lot of other games code it as a sandworm. Not like code it, but it's like it's like sandworm-esque. If you're gonna fight an enemy, it's gonna be a sandworm and they need a new name. It's gonna be called a Zone Eater or something. Hell, that's what the worms did in 11. When a sandworm showed up in the past, if you fought it for long enough, and with a big enough group, it would actually just suck you into itself, and you'd go into a different zone to fight a new boss. And then it would just disappear from the map. So, like, yeah, they definitely been doing the Zone Eater stuff for a while. And those sandworms are big on the screen.
Okay.
I mean, them fuckers are towering.
They're girthy.
Pet is actually a little... It's like if you were walking around in 14 now, and a sandworm that's like probably twice or 3 times as big as the ones you're usually used to seeing was just wandering around randomly in a zone.
Like, sup?
Yeah, it was just a notorious monster that showed up out of nowhere, and you were like, oh, okay. We're doing this thing. Gotcha. I don't like this much.
So I'm too sober for this. Hi, Okawagamon. Alright. Okay, I see the hole they want me to get to, but, like, what the fuck? Is this that weird map? Probably is. I have to go in the hole. Oh, there's the... Guys, I think I might be stupid. There was a ladder.
Well, Golux, I never thought I'd see the day, but I guess we've finally met a person who can't tell between the hole in the ground and their asshole, so...
I'm gonna kill him. You know, I'm gonna be honest. a pan option, pan screen option in this game would do it wonders.
Listen, I think we've made it clear that there's a lot of options that they could really like quality of life for this game
Well, I mean, like,
in the future.
mini mapping can sometimes be hard. I get that. But,
Yeah.
like, they've literally had pan screen options on SNES games, bro.
Yeah, that's actually what the shoulder buttons were literally originally designed for.
Mm-hmm.
And this game literally supports analog control. My right stick does fuck all.
I mean, the PlayStation controller had 4 shoulder buttons, so...
But yeah, my right stick could easily just be a pan area button or stick, and the game would be much better for it.
My weekly stuff done with. Just in time for Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday?
Mm.
Taco Tuesday is so last month. Now it's Takoyaki Tuesday.
I wish I could make takoyaki.
It is evidently not that hard as long as you can get some of the ingredients.
Yeah. It's not that hard as long as you can get the stuff. I don't have the stuff. You know, hard to find octopus around in the fucking middle of the United States.
I keep forgetting exactly how far Missouri is away from any significant body of salt water.
I am literally as physically far from any of them as you can be. I am in the dead center of the country.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you're like dead center of the whole place.
They technically call it takoyaki, even if you put something else in the middle. But yeah. Yeah, I assume that even if you get seafood, it probably sucks, frankly.
We have...
it's frozen.
Shrimp can be farmed relatively easily in this climate, but stuff like octopus, no. But like
yeah, octopus can't really be farmed. They're too smart.
Mm-hmm. But like shrimp can be farmed here. Obviously we have a bunch of freshwater fish.
I know, and you do. I'm sure you do import saltwater fish from coasts and stuff.
Yeah, it's just frozen.
Okay, so the thing that I'm going off of here, that my instant reaction is based on, is the fact that I grew up in New England and I've always loved lobster because I was raised with it.
Mm-hmm.
But it is an axiom with lobster that the more you pay for it, the worse it is.
Yeah, like lobster here, you're not getting lobster unless you're paying like $60 to $70 per.
Right, probably in a restaurant, and it's gonna suck because lobster doesn't travel well.
Yeah, well,
You have to do it live.
Huh?
Sometimes
you have to transport lobster live because that's that whole you have to like cook it fresh or
you have to transport them live, and even that is stressful and can ruin the taste.
Yeah.
And a lot of them die in transport, and then that increases the price because it's loss.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe not a lot of them die in transport anymore, but they certainly used to.
Like, we used to have the lobster tanks at Walmart.
Mm-hmm. At Walmart? Oh,
at
yeah,
Walmart.
Walmart grocery stores.
This is the early 2000s, late 90s. So we used to have
Walmart. I'm still not mentally used to Walmart meaning grocery store. Walmart is the everything else store.
At our quote unquote older Walmart, you can actually still kind of see where they had the like part of the floor where the tanks used to be because they were
tanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they actually don't even have the fish tanks anymore. You used to be able to buy fish at Walmart.
Anyway. So yeah, the best lobster is one you buy directly from a fisherman that was off the docks or something, or from a restaurant that buys them directly from the fisherman off the docks.
Or,
I
you
remember-
go out and fish it yourself.
Also, the best lobsters.
I think it's going to run into a permit problem.
Do what, Golux?
Because the best lobsters are also the ones that travel worst.
Mm-hmm.
Because hard shell lobsters are the most resilient,
Mm-hmm.
and they're also the least sweet. Though they do have the most meat per weight of lobster in them. That's the downside with soft shell and new shell lobsters is a significant amount of what's inside them is just water.
Oh, fuck. Bro just crit me. Hey, Omnimon, you want to deal with my light work?
I remember one time years ago I went grocery shopping when my mom was out of the country visiting her mother, and I'd gone grocery shopping picking up some stuff, and the bill was like $60-ish. And I remember looking at like some of the frozen sections they had down at the Kroger's, and they had like Alaskan king crab legs there, and that thing would have literally doubled my bill if I'd gotten them. And it was like, first of all, I don't like crabs enough to do that. Secondly, what? It was like I was already paying $60 for like small stuff that I just needed to get, and then it's like, yeah, you can get these Alaskan king crab legs for that bill you were just about to pay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like crab legs are another
And
one of
I'm
the
in
things that
Ohio,
it's
so
not
not that
cheap
far
here, yeah.
off from everything.
I can't some of the wait, am I supposed to be in Jungle Grave? I don't think I'm supposed to be in Jungle Grave. Can't some of the like saltwater fish be farmed near Ohio because Great Lake?
Yeah, you could probably do Lake Erie if you're really desperate, but also Lake Erie is the famous lake that got so gunked up that it caught on fire twice.
Yeah.
So, and they had to clean that up. And that gunkiness is starting to come back because of the plankton and everything.
Yeah. Oh, that's fucked. Oh, good. At least it ran away.
But yeah, like Ohio, we at least got options, but it's also like, not the greatest options, but it's there.
I just took out Bro's soul. That's hilarious. I
Oh
guess.
yeah, how were...
What's up?
Oh. I thought he was a little... That Good Mythical Morning I was telling you about, they use Ghostmon as a thing in there. And I was like, how... I looked at that and I was like, how old is Ghostmon? And I just looked it up and it's just 5 years old at this point.
Yeah, Ghostmon is... Ghostmon...
You're probably thinking of Bakemon, which
No,
was
no,
a
I'm thinking...
ghost.
Bakemon is one of the originals.
I'm thinking of Ghostmon.
No, like for being older.
Ghostmon's from the Digital Monster Z, or Pendulum Z, or whichever it was.
Yeah, I thought they may have had like an older design for like him for like Bakemon, but I guess Bakemon was one of those like, we'll just come up with anything. Because I just love looking at Ghostmon's page and one of his attacks is Jack Raid, and I'm just like, sorry, you can only do that once per battle now.
Bakemon was on one of the original 5 Digital Monsters, right? There's fucking 10 punch guys. I'm 90% sure it's one of them.
Digital Monster version 3.
Okay, yeah.
I thought he was just pulling that out of his ass.
No, I looked it up. It says Bakemon debut, Digital Monster version 3.
There are 10 punch guys, though.
10 punch guys?
On the first 5 Digital Monsters, there are 10 punch guys.
Oh, fuck, his magic resist.
Punch
I'm-
guys are the punch guys
Yeah.
are the ones that either rookie can evolve into that aren't the poop guy. Their attack is always a fist graphic.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're talking about like that thing.
So Devimon, Meramon, Frigimon, Angemon, Bakemon, Ogremon,
There we go.
a Leomon. What's the other one?
No, the other one. This.
What's the other one on Biomon?
No, I need.
Mojamon. No, Mojamon is a storm type.
Do I need to go north for?
And then Tuskmon and Devidramon.
So Machine Dramon's the first Mega, right?
He was still an
Kind of,
ultimate.
yeah. Kuwagamon. I always forget that Kuwagamon's a fucking punch guy.
You were saying, Pet?
Technically, he was still an ultimate when he first showed up on the digital on the V-Pets.
But he was made out of other ultimates.
Yeah.
Yeah, Machine Dramon is in World 1, and mechanically Megas don't exist in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they haven't introduced them yet. That's what I'm getting
But
at.
it's stronger than all the other things. That's why its profile says it's the strongest Digimon.
And also, it's originally just called Mugen Dramon, so...
Yeah, because its
That'll
power
thing.
source is infinity.
And beyond.
God, Entropy's gonna hit him like a ton of bricks. I'm funny. Okay.
It cracks me up that everyone's doing this. The Switch 2 for like the first week, and all the stuff they're doing is, hey, watch me do Mario Kart. And I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be this for a while.
I got one because I didn't want to risk prices going up later, and it was convenient, but I'm not actually planning on particularly buying any Switch 2 exclusive games immediately.
Well, and also you're probably
Well,
going to be
because
getting
there's-
several Switch 2 games from Adam when they roll across the desk, so be ready for that.
Probably.
I mean, I was also gonna say it's like, you only have like so many Switch 2 exclusive games right now, which is I think one.
Well, I am planning on getting some of the upgrade things.
Yeah, there's that, but I wouldn't really
Existing
consider that a
games, yeah.
Switch 2 game
No,
if you
no, I don't
upgrade it.
either.
That's like me playing Pokemon Scarlet and Violet on there with the upgrade. It's like it's not a Switch 2 game. It's just it's upgraded now, so it can actually hold a sturdy 30 FPS. I don't mind a 30 FPS kind of thing. It's just also like, my God, if you can do 30, do 30. If you can't, why would you bother?
Well, it's one of those things where I don't care about frame rate as long as it's stable.
I really don't care about frame rate, but there's a certain point where you go like, kind of start like not caring about frame rate. When it's like a noticeable dip. Like if you stick it to 30 to 60, or like the new stuff now where it's like you can do it 120 or 40 billion kind of thing, it's like I think we're fine. But it's also like one or the other for the time being, please and thank you. We can deal with uncapped when we all get like NVIDIA 10,000 GTX or whatever.
I don't care about any frame rate over 60, and only rarely about frame rates over 30.
Well, it's like the only reason why I have stuff set to 75 is because that's what my monitor is.
Yeah.
If it was not set to that, then it would probably be at 60 like it was before.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I fucking found it. That was annoying. So I need to go to Syracuse City.
You've nowhere to run.
Meanwhile, I'm back to the area where I can just look at dudes and they fucking die.
I'll be right back. I have to use the
All right.
bathroom.
No, not this train station. As much as I would love to fight, Bulbmon again. Or Boltmon.
I hate the fact that they gave you this entire train station system and, like, you've barely had to been able to use it
Because it
because it
got
gets, like,
broken.
taken down. Yeah. Here's a fast travel system. We will never let you use it again. Motherfuck.
Here's a slower fast travel system. What sort of monster are you?
Listen, we're deving for the PS1, and we're already out of date. The PS2 is out. Like, Final Fantasy X's been out for a couple weeks.
God, could you imagine if this was on the PS2?
It'd probably play better.
Yes. Like, it definitely wouldn't take, like, seconds to load a fucking fight.
It's like, I'm not big on World 2, but I'm just thinking, like, it's like, you want to do the World 2 curse, or...
Yeah.
Or it takes forever for you to get, anything to show up.
Accessing Matrix Drive. Kill all humans. Wait, no shit.
Listen, just because we have CDs doesn't mean they still don't have loading problems. Yeah, we can write down anything on the CDs, but
Oh yeah, like,
it's gonna take you an hour to get that to load.
if I actually had to do a little bit of emulation modifying too. Usually, I don't know if you've seen like the blue boxes that kind of show up when you're running around.
Not really.
If you look here in the like inventory thing or the start menu, those blue boxes show up when something is like loading just off screen. I had to change the emulator caching to turn that off.
Have you heard the crazy idea?
Taking over the planet.
It's crazy. Huh?
Taking over the planet.
No. It's the crazy idea that because a certain... Have you ever heard the two-slit experiment? I think it's something called that.
If you probably explain it to me, I might figure it out.
It's the idea that if you take, like, a slit in, like, a piece of... It's like in a piece of wood or cardboard and something, and you shine a light through it, you can observe it being, like, wavelengths or something like that, like different wavelengths.
Yeah,
as you
It's a little more complicated than that.
It's complicated, but I'm trying to do like the 101. We're just learning this thing. But if you don't observe it, if you like record it, and
recording it counts as observing it.
Well, yeah, you personally aren't aren't observing it. Like recording it is weird. Because, like, once you record it and then you play back the tape, it's just, like, the wavelengths are the same. Something like that. So the idea is that maybe reality just loads around us when we're not paying attention. And it's, like, the stupidest thing I've ever heard. It's like the idea that, like, video games load behind... Like, the entire world of a video game deloads behind you just to make certain that...
Yeah, that's a misinterpretation of the observation thing, which the mainly reason is that the only way...
No, I know it's a crazy, stupid thing. It's just
Yeah,
one
no,
of those, like, I've heard it before, and I'll probably hear it again in some other things, and I'm just like, that's not how reality works.
yeah,
Reality
no.
works is how you
The observation hypothesis. The reason I was doing that is that in order to observe something, you have to interact with it, even if it's just bouncing photons off of it, which at that scale, at the micro scale, is enough to change a particle. That's why you can't know a particle's exact position and trajectory.
Hmm.
Because in order to see the particle, you have to bounce a photon or something off it. And that's enough to either move it or change its trajectory.
Yeah. I don't know, it's just...
The dual slit experiment is actually really interesting. If you have one light, what you need is one light source, layer of cardboard with one slit, and then another layer of card with two slits.
There's the Wikipedia article on it.
Yeah. And because of the way the particles interfere, it results in a weird zebra pattern of light instead of just one or two things.
Yeah.
But the thing is that that's one of the things they use to prove that photons are waves as well as particles. Because guess what happens when you do that experiment and you fire one photon at a time?
Death?
It still interferes with itself.
Hmm.
You know, I should go this way. You know what? I'm gonna go this way.
Which technically requires it having gone through both of the second set of slits.
You know what happens when you split a photon?
The same thing that happens to everything else is struck by lightning.
It's working as a wave there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not, again, obviously my explanation is, like, totally wrong, but the idea is that, you know, it's one of those, you observe it looks weird, but if you record it and look back later, it's, like, a different wavelength and everything. And it's like, some people are like, oh, it's like the idea that reality loads behind you when you're not paying attention to it. I'm like, it exists regardless of where I exist right now.
I mean, you can't prove or disprove that the same way you can't prove or disprove that you're the only real human and everyone else is just a...
Yeah, it's also like the same thing. It's like you can't disprove that the world was created last Thursday because,
So what you're saying is I'm just a bone mech powered by chemicals in a suit of meat armor.
I'm just saying some people look at things and then come up with the craziest batshit things they can come up with, and it's just like, can you stop being stupid for like an hour?
No.
For whatever stupid thing you're trying to think of.
If that
and the thing is, if you believe in an omnipotent God, then yeah, he could have made the universe 5 seconds ago, and everything you remember is just...
Yeah, it's just made up and everything.
That was programmed in the past by the omnipotent creator. What does that change?
Nothing really.
If you are in fact predestined to, even if there is no free will and only predestiny or whatever, what does that change?
That I'm never getting laid. Wait.
It's just always
what it doesn't change anything because you don't know what it is.
I mean, my only problem.
Omniscient.
I mean, my only problem with this whole thing is like, okay, if you're trying to tell me that the idea that reality loads behind you, what's your point?
Right.
Like,
it doesn't actually make a difference unless there's some way you can exploit the glitch.
Yeah, it's like, unless...
Isn't, because you've already established that observing it enough to interact with it counts.
Like, you have to basically tell me in some way that reality comes to the point that I can just, like, you know, Emmett Selk snap a cheeseburger out of nowhere. Like, that's when you break reality in this whole thing, is that I can grab a clod of dirt and just turn it into, like...
wine?
I don't know. Yeah.
That's
or something like that.
That's the frickin' Boltzmann brain thing.
like the idea that really is going to get me is like when somebody figures out, we got that Star Trek matter thing where we can just go like, I'm just going to go to the matter replicator and just have it make me a full English breakfast or something, and you're just like, yeah, science, bitch. That's just how it is now. But it's like, I just... Your theories don't mean anything unless you're actually going to do something with them.
Alright. So, assuming they don't make me do a psychotic roundabout bullshit, we should end this here.
Okay.
Surprise! You have to go all the way back to the original login area. And then the last thing here is just a feral screech from me as the connection dies. Because I snapped my computer in half.
Well, I'm going to go pee now, and I'm going to go check on my laundry, which should be done, so I will be back this time.
Alright. And when I get back to the city, I'll wait for you then. Actually, I think it's an alternate boss fight. Unless that is for post-game. Oh, there is an alternate boss up here.
Oh, hi, Black War Greymon.
Yup. Stats. Equipment.
And I am back.
Cool. We found a alternate super boss to fight.
Oh, neat.
Black War Greymon. I'm sorry, BK War Greymon.
Yeah, Burger King Greymon.
Yes.
I also have to look through because I want to rework that adventure deck to what the one the Huang Zero had for his.
Yeah. I'm basically going to be building one of my friends who's new getting into the game. That's going to be their deck because they got 2 of the starter decks. I was like, yeah, I can get on the rest of this. And BK War Greymon is dead.
Not very super.
Well, I'm also over-leveled to fuck.
No, Golux, he's not super, he's a mega.
Oh, right, the Platinum ID that unlocked better training stuff. Well, I should have fucking done that earlier.
Don't worry, I guess we'll berate you later for it.
I'll drink myself to sleep.
This is where I find out that Pet actually drinks, and I'm like, oh, really?
Actually, I'm not supposed to drink.
Well, I figure there's a lot of medication you're not supposed to...
Well, because of my
with.
baclofen pump, baclofen plus alcohol equals seizure.
Ah, that's also a thing.
And I can't, like, if I was just taking the baclofen pills, I could just be like, you know, I feel like having a drink. I won't take this dose. I can't stop the pills or the pump. So, unless y'all want to see me doing a real weird dance.
Prefer you not to be dead.
Yeah, or foaming at the mouth.
That too.
His dance moves are sick. No, he's actually sick. Call an ambulance, you fucking idiot.
That was the thing I was having trouble with the other day. Yesterday when we did this was I was trying to think. I was like, oh, what deck do I want to do? I got 3 decks. I got Chronicle, I got Adventure, and I got the Red Hybrid that I just got all the pieces for.
I'm sorry, what? It's okay if we get turned into ramen?
I didn't realize that was a possibility.
That would be the... is Bro okay? I don't think
Bro's a fan of ramen, man.
I don't think...
you do put pork in a lot of ramen, but...
I don't think Bro's okay. I think Bro is the opposite of okay. I think Bro might need Jesus. Where's the login room?
iPad, it's right behind you.
Do I go to the login room or the admin room? Login room. Fuck. Oh, wait, never mind. I'm stupid. It was
And that
this
was
one.
the thing for floodgates, because they really don't want you to play into them too much. But I kind of hate the fact that the floodgates really don't have inheritable.
Kurt. Hi, Kurt.
I'm cut maxing over here.
We're saved. Yeah, cool. Let me log out. Alright, so I need to go back to the master's room. Yeah. Yeah, because I'm gonna be looking for a little guy.
He's just a little guy.
Yeah. I have like 20 of them in my deck. It's a good deck. It got me 7th place in my local regionals.
Well, I mean, it's also kind of supposed to be a meta deck right now, so
Eh,
like the guy. I mean, the guy who played it in the actual series it's from is like the current world champion. So
yeah. I still don't get art. It's too difficult. God damn it. Okay, so Master's Room. Oh.
Hmm?
Oh, I need to go to the Osaka City Masters Room. Fuck. How the hell do we even get back to Osaka City? Jesus. It'd be nice if there was just a button I could switch between servers.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, you don't have a stream deck for teleporting purposes.
Do they even have a fucking... And yeah, they don't have a hint on where to get the, on which one to get to this different server. Fuck, is it this one? One of these lets you switch between servers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can always go all the way back to Kicking Forest if I have to. I'm not going to be pleased, but... Agumon. Don't strangle Agumon, he's the mascot.
feels weird for this deck not to have Angelomon in it, but I guess you really don't need her in it. I mean, the one Huang Zero did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't have Angelomon at all, and it's like, that's a weird kind of, like, it's not, like, bad, but it's just, like, it's a...
What ultimates? I know he's using Metal Gray.
Zudo, Mega, Kabuteri, Lily, and Metal Greymon. So he gets a D-Digivolve, he gets an Unsuspend, he gets a bottom deck Suspend, and D-Digivolution. I guess it's because of the fact that if... Well,
it's good
it's
blocking,
more of the
yeah.
fact... It's more of the fact that, like, if you play, like, he has 4 Bergermons and 3 Togemons, so you essentially have 7 free level 5 evolutions there. Also doesn't either play any of the Agumons or the Gabumons, just going for 2 of each of Gomamon, Tentomon, and then 2 Palmons, and then the 4 Biomons.
I mean, that makes sense, because really the only thing Agumon and Gabumon do is warp.
Yeah.
In the adventure decks, like the starter decks, yeah, they're mostly there to warp and then ideally eventually become an Omegamon with maybe some fancy inheritables from the other adventure guys.
The thing is, we don't have a good adventure, either Wargray, Metal Garuru, or an Omnimon for adventure yet.
Okay, fair.
We're getting them probably, but not right now. Because if you try and make an Omnimon with 2 aces, oh no, buddy, that's not good.
Yeah. I mean, the Ultra S one kind of works.
As long as you make sure not to...
It's just mainly you're going to have ass loads of overflow if anything bad happens.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I said, it's good for that, but it's also like, you know, if that Omnimon gets something in the security and blows itself up, It's a lot of overflow memory you just gave out.
You are literally giving 10. Well, more than 10. You are maxing out your opponent's memory.
Yeah.
If anything goes moderately wrong. So yeah, it's definitely, don't do that. Please don't do that.
I think the one thing that gets me is the constant back and forth on, like, okay, do we like War Greymon or Metal Garurumon in these builds?
I get...
War Greymon is the de facto favorite, but also sometimes they realize, oh wait, we need to tune Gabumon up, and/or they just assign Gabumon a more useful effect sometimes, and/or people just like it better.
I guess the only other thing you can do is you can use the promo Wargrey, the adventure promo Wargrey, in place of Wargrey Ace.
Well, no, his deck profile has like 1 War Greymon Ace and then 3 Metal Garurumon.
No, if you want to do Omnimon.
Oh yeah, no.
Because putting 2 aces underneath an Omnimon is asking for just death.
Yeah, no, I know it's a problem.
Especially if you're psychotic enough to use Omnimon Ace.
Yeah, at that point, you might as well just shake your opponent's hand and let it just walk away.
Especially like against like a Vemmon, literally, if I have a Vemmon in raising, 7 memory gets me to Galacticmon. It's absolutely insane.
He actually has 2 more level 2s. I completely forgot. He has 2 Skull Greymons.
Yeah.
Since they have that raid retaliation effect going for them.
Yeah, and that's really good removal.
Well, especially because if you get your Ty and Izzy out on the field, you turn all of your adventures into blockers.
Yeah. Okay, with we're getting it on time here, I may just have to find my way out of here, save, and then we continue this next week. But at least we made progress. Joint progress. Ah, So that drinking problem starts tonight. No, not that way. I hate these so much. Watch after Time Stranger, they announce a remaster of World 3.
That would be weird.
It would be weird, and
not
also
that weird, but weird.
It would be weird, but at the same time, it would also be like one of the things that people have been desperately wanting.
Well, I mean, my point was, I was going to say, it was like, and I'm trying not to be rude about it, but it's like, you really think they're going to go get into Digimon right away for all this stuff?
It really depends how well Time Stranger does, you know? Because, like, if they can't keep fucking Time Stranger on shelves, because people are just, you know, going nutso for it, we might get a World 3 remake or remaster. I mean, people have been on... I don't know if you've seen the thing on GOG of people requesting games. There are heavy requests for...
Is it World 1?
Yeah, World 1. Because the Korean version exists on PC. So they could use that, translate it, and get it up to modern code, and we could play World 1. I wouldn't recommend playing World 1 all that much, other than as a novelty.
Especially since they made more recent World games that are, you know, very similar to World 1 in various ways, but newer.
Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna go save, and then I'm probably off sometime over the week, just gonna get back to Asuka server and just cut that out. I might also do some grinding for the other dudes, because Omnimon's a little beefcake. Alright. No, not that. Though I will be buying stuff later. Gatomon. Stay at the inn, yes. No, I don't need to use your inn again. I need to save.
Oh, he used 3 Golem.
Alrighty. We have reached the end for today. Next week, assuming we can do it, we are going to try and end this thing. Looking at the guide in front of me, we have literally go back to the master's room. There's going to be a mini dungeon that looks like it concludes with Galacticmon. So we're nearing the end game. Hooray! I hope you guys all had fun with this. Tomorrow on Fragments of Silicon, we do have game reviews. We have Stratogun, Portal Fantasy, The House of Da Vinci 2,
I
Blight.
have to do that now.
Yeah, Blight Knight, You Are Not Safe. But until then, thanks for coming, everybody. Hope you had a good night and good gaming.